outside Purley John Fisher Rugby Club, and I'm a little bit nervous about going in. There's always been a bit of a feud between Purley John Fisher and Warlingham Rugby Club. The two sides just don't get on. Every time there's a game, there's always a little bit of tension around the pitch, a little bit of niggle on the pitch, and often some quite robust discussions in the bar after the game. I'm going to sneak in and see if I can recreate another moment from my life as a hooker when I began to think maybe I was getting the hang of the game. Of course, there's still no community rugby allowed for normal grown-ups because of coronavirus. My club is organising a sevens tournament up at Warlingham just for club members, and it all has to be non-contact. Non-contact is fine and it'll be good to get a run out, but of course contact is a big part of the game of rugby, especially when you're playing somewhere like Purley John Fisher. So although it was still fairly early on in my esteemed rugby playing career, I was beginning to get the hang of the game and work out what it was I was supposed to be doing. And I was invited to join a 2s-3s game against these guys, Purley John Fisher, the big rivals. Dave Rundle was the captain, Dave Halliwell, Phil Evans were playing. It was a cracking game. Niggly, nasty, aggressive, it mattered. And there came a point when the ball had been kicked towards our try line and I was running towards it. And I probably needed to get there pretty quickly because on my shoulder was a Purley John Fisher guy who also wanted to get there, and he was bigger and faster and stronger than me. So I thought, what can I do to kind of slow him down a bit? So I just sort of tried to get in his way a bit, just sort of shoulder into him a little bit, and he didn't take very kindly to that. He uttered a few unpleasantries and then decided to punch me in the face. There was a crack as I heard my nose break, and there was a lot of blood. But the referee stopped the game and sent the Purley John Fisher player off for 10 minutes, which was probably just as well for him, as Dave Halliwell and Phil Evans wanted to have a quiet word with him. That game against Purley John Fisher was a pretty pivotal moment for me. I think it was probably the first time that I'd been playing well enough and I'd been enough of a nuisance to be worth punching in the face. Purley John Fisher did me a bit of an honour. I mean, I've never really been able to breathe through my nose properly since, and my modelling career has taken a turn for the worst, but these guys did me the honour of punching me in the face, and for that I shall be eternally grateful. A few years later I met the guy who had punched me in the face, and we had a pint, and he turned out to be quite a decent bloke. So I still don't really understand why there is this feud between Purley John Fisher and Warlingham Rugby Club. But I better get out of here quickly before they spot me.